Hello, hey friends. Lauren Bernick with Well Elephant here. Still talking about the bundle. We're about to meet with Jeanette. She is Ms.FitVegan. Hang on, let me get her. Okay, you have to request to join, Jeanette. Okay, hang on, let me see. Okay, here she should be coming in. Hello.
Hi, Boo.
How are you?
I am good. I am
Good.
hustling today, live, back to back to back.
I know. I saw you. You're great.
Thank you.
So it's Jeanette, right?
Yes.
Fit Vegan. That's awesome.
Yes. I'm
I
on my
love it.
fitness journey. I got the diet right, and now I'm on my fitness journey. So, fit vegan.
I hear you. I hear you. So I'm Lauren from Well Elephant, Jeanette from ms.FitVegan, and we are both part of this fantastic bundle that I hope you know about by now. We've been talking about it for 10 days. This is the last day. So we each have a link in our bio. So if you've even thought about it, you have to grab it by midnight tonight, 11:59 Pacific Standard Time. Then it's done, gone forever. And so, I mean, it seriously will be gone, just so you're not sad tomorrow. But anyway, there's a million things in this bundle. I'll talk so you can eat your banana.
So I got a few.
Are you gonna eat all of those right now?
Yeah.
You can.
You're
like my kid.
I love listening to you, so I'm gonna eat.
Okay, eat. So I'm just saying that it's literally $4,700 worth of content, and it's all whole food, plant-based, oil-free. That's the part that like blows my mind, because you can get recipes anywhere, but you always have to amend them. That's what I teach in my class, how to amend the recipe to make it oil-free. Well, if I had this, I wouldn't have to do that. So yeah.
Yeah, and I just want to say, so I checked out your book, and your book is called Cook Your Way to Health, but you have some raw stuff in there as well, by the way.
Yes.
And honestly, this is like the healthiest cooked food you can find on the planet. Like literally, I was looking at your book, you got the lazy Sunday marinara, which is raw.
Yeah.
All the recipes are like so healthy. Lentil sloppy joes. I haven't had a sloppy joe in like 25 years.
Oh, seriously?
Because I'm, vegan, and like you can't find a healthy sloppy joe recipe. Like I've never seen. It's made from lentils, guys. So check out our book. You got the bundle. And if you're a raw foodist, because a lot of my following, they might be into raw food, right?
Right.
But check out every single book, because there's lots of gems in every book. Even if it says, like yours is titled Cook Your Way to Health, there's raw recipes in there too.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
That,
What's up, everyone?
I try to, I was saying, I guess I eat a lot more raw food than I really thought, just because, I eat a giant salad every day. So that's, that's just right there. And I tried to put like a big, I like a lot of sauces and dressings. Oh, here comes the dog. A lot of sauces and dressings, because I do this thing called home base, my main meal. And it's probably what all of us eat, the people who aren't raw, but it's like a legume, a whole grain, green leafy vegetable, and then just, maybe it has some organic tofu or tempeh or sweet potato or potato, just like a big bowl of good food with a good sauce on it. And then that kind of changes it up every day. So you always feel like you're eating something new.
Yeah, and your book is so valuable, and so happy that I'm with people like you, because a lot of people reach out to me, Lauren, and they're like, Jeanette, I'm struggling to stay raw. It's winter time. Guys, you don't need to stay raw. What you need to do is be healthy. This is what we need to do. We need to be healthy. And if you're struggling to stay raw, then incorporate some healthy, whole foods, cooked food into your diet. You can lose weight, clear your skin, get healthy. And this bundle contains over 1,000 whole food, plant-based, oil-free, salt-free recipes. Like literally, you never need to struggle or fall off again. People are always they're struggling and they can't stay raw, but then don't stay raw. Like if it's a struggle, just focus on being healthy. Focus on being healthy. Oh yeah.
Wait, so what's your story? How did you come to this?
Yes, so I'm 37 years old, and for the first 26 years of my life, I ate shit, and I felt like shit, and I looked like shit, honestly. I had really bad acne. I was 40 pounds heavier. I looked old when I was 20. You know, I'm 30. I'm going to be 37 in a few weeks, and literally I looked so much older in my 20s than I do now. Everybody now, they're like, wait, they think I'm like 20 in my 20s, 24.
Yeah, you look like it.
No, we are aging in reverse, guys, and it's what we eat. It's our diet for sure. So my story is that I became a vegetarian in 2010 because of Food Inc. And I'm sure you've seen this documentary.
Yeah.
There was
It's
a
been
scene
a long time.
in the documentary that changed my life forever. I'll never forget it. It was a scene of a cow that was too sick to walk into the slaughterhouse. It was being pushed by a crane into the slaughterhouse. I lost it, Lauren. I literally, I have chills thinking about it because I never knew that that's what I was eating. That's what I was contributing to. And so from that day, I didn't know what to exactly do. It was 2010. There was no Instagram at the time. There was no Cook Your Way to Health at the time or Ultimate Weight Loss Bundle. And so I ate a lot of peanut butter and jelly cereal. And, you know, I didn't know fish because I thought I would die without protein.
Right.
Forward to a year later, I discovered the raw vegan diet, and I was like, oh, there's a better way. There's a healthy way that I could maybe clear my skin and lose weight and feel better. So I tried it out. I've never looked back. My diet has evolved over the years, of course, right? Because I learned how to be a healthy raw vegan. You can be a very, I want to say this. I want to just make this clear. You can be a very unhealthy raw vegan. Being raw does not mean you're healthy. And I was very unhealthy, Lauren. I was eating lots of nut butter, lots of cacao, lots of oil, lots of dehydrated food, raw vegan pizza, raw lasagna, raw cinnamon buns, raw Snicker bars. I was not healthy, okay? And so you don't want to focus on the raw food diet. You want to focus on the healthy, whole food diet. And if you're trying to lose weight, this is the way. I was on Weight Watchers. I was on The Zone. I was on Atkins before it was called, now it's keto. I was on every diet possible. I was starving myself, grapefruit diet, Hollywood diet. Nothing worked. Nothing worked until I found the whole food plant-based diet. And so this is my life purpose for sure. I really want to know your story as well, Lauren, because I know that we have been blessed to bless others and to share what has worked. And you know, you don't need to starve to lose weight. It's amazing how many people are still suffering out there on these diets, measuring their food, eating a very small amount of food, and really like not being successful, you know, going up and down and up and down. 80% of the population is overweight or obese. Works besides this. So that's my little story in a nutshell.
You know, it's similar to mine. But when you named off all those diets, I was like, yeah, done it. My mother, what was that?
Did you do The Zone by any chance?
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, isn't that like a certain amount of protein, a certain amount of, I can't remember.
What a nightmare that was. Just like doing all the math to figure out how much fucking green beans you can eat and how many. What a nightmare.
Can you imagine how much green beans you can eat? You can eat it all. You can eat all the green beans you want, by the way. Well, you know, you mentioned the Atkins, the precursor to the nightmare keto. That was my mother. My mother lived on the Atkins diet. And I was just saying this to somebody, or I wrote it in my emails to my people who follow me. I'm like, I would wake up in the morning and my mother would be frying a hamburger. That was my breakfast. God forbid I ate the bun, but I would get a hamburger for breakfast. And then she'd send me to school. And no offense to my mother, like she used to be heavy and this is how she got skinny. So she'd smoke, she'd drink her tab, she'd eat her burgers all day long, and then she'd send me to school with like bologna and cheese, and I'd get home from school and I was so starving. I would just start raiding the pantry. I couldn't stop eating. And by the time I was 18 years old, my cholesterol was 330. By the time I was 46 years old, I was diagnosed with very serious heart disease. And I'm 53 now, so it's 7 years into it. I have reversed my heart disease. There's no sign of disease in my body. And lost weight. I lost 20 pounds, but that wasn't the focus. It was just I was scared to death that I was going to have a heart attack. So I started eating, you know, the cardiologist was like, just get on a statin and eat the chicken and the olive oil and the blah. And I was like, well, that's kind of what I eat now. That doesn't really make sense. But so found my way to eating this way. And yeah, it's like you said, now we've been blessed to bless others, to help others eat this way.
Yes. Yeah. Says that she had a food addiction when she was younger. Definitely did. I'm sure you did as well.
Of course. Yeah. There's even things in this book about food addiction. There's a bunch, like several books. But I just want to show that I was looking for this picture. That was what I was doing earlier when I wasn't looking at you. From your book, it is so gorgeous. All the photos in your book are so beautiful.
Yeah.
Like, I just can't even, these are just gorgeous. I mean, all the food that you get to eat. What are these?
So those are mangosteens, and thank you so much. I'm a aspiring photographer, so I really
gorgeous. And
I am happiest when I'm just taking photos of fruit, honestly. You know, because fruit are subjects, they're so easy. You know, you know, they don't move. Anyway, so those are mangosteens. That's the queen of all fruit. That's one of my absolute favorite fruits of all time. Where do you live, Lauren?
I'm in Austin, Texas. Where are you?
Have like a Asian market or a Chinatown.
Oh yeah, is that where you get those?
Yep. So you definitely be on the lookout for mangosteen, because, and I have a bunch of videos on my YouTube on how to know when it's ripe. I have like a playlist called Fruit Tutorials. Mangosteen, literally the queen of all fruits, one of the highest density
about it.
World. In East Asian countries, they have statues of mangosteen. They worship mangosteen. That's how powerful it is. And don't get me started on, Lauren asked about fruit. Don't get me started, Lauren.
You're like my kid. My kid worships fruit. When they were 10 years old, we were in Puerto Rico, and all they wanted to do was go to the fruit market. I'm like, what kind of kid wants to go to the fruit market?
Your kid.
Yes, my kid.
So I just want to say last thing about mangosteen is that it's a quite expensive fruit, right? It's a little expensive because it is very hard to grow. It takes over 20 years from seed to grow mangosteen. And not only that, Lauren, but the conditions have to be perfect. Literally, the farmer has to dedicate their whole life to growing this fruit because it has to be perfect conditions for like 20 years. It's an amazing fruit. You're going to love it. It tastes like nothing you've ever had. And another fruit is durian as well. Those are the two.
I've had durian from my kid.
That's the king of all fruit. Mangosteen
put it in my freezer. They froze it. It was have you had it frozen?
Yes, I've had it frozen, fresh.
Probably every way.
Yeah, every way. But yeah, that's the king of all fruits, and mangosteen is the queen.
Okay, so I've had durian at least because of my child who has exposed me to fruit. Okay, but I'm going to check out mangosteen. That's good for cholesterol, isn't it? I remember reading about it's probably good for everything.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
I guess everything works together. You probably can't say this is good for this is good for that, because it's a symphony, you know?
Yeah. No, I used to work at a health food store in New York, and people used to come in and they would ask me, like, what's good for lowering my cholesterol?
Right.
And I, like, stop eating things with cholesterol. Stop eating things with blood. I'm just saying, like blood pressure. People would say, what's good for lowering my blood pressure? Don't eat things that have blood in it. I don't know what to say.
That's brilliant.
Right? And so the only thing that contains cholesterol is animals. The only thing on this earth that contains bad cholesterol is animal products and byproducts. So get that out of your diet. As you know, what you don't eat that heals you. And then eat all the yummy stuff that makes you feel good, look good. I mean, I can't believe you told me you're 53. There's no way on earth. I can't believe that. So guys, we're aging in reverse here, and it's
Yeah.
all the details are in this bundle. The bundle expires midnight, by the way. So click the link in Lauren's bio or my bio, or if you're on YouTube, click the link below. Check it out. You've got until midnight tonight.
Yeah. I mean, look at this. What is going on here? That is so beautiful. I'm not doing it justice.
So that is a smoothie bowl with dragon fruit, and you can often find pink. You've had pink dragon fruit, I'm sure.
Yes, I have.
So you can often find that in the freezer section, or you can find it in a local Asian market, okay? Usually if you have a Chinatown near you or some type of ethnic market, usually has pink, white, or yellow dragon fruit. Yellow is the best, the best. You've had yellow dragon fruit?
I'm not sure. Maybe I have. I don't know. I've tasted so many kinds of fruits just over the years. I mean, my kid's 21 now, but this has been ongoing. I cannot even begin to, if we see anybody selling fruit on the side of the road, if there's any kind of fruit tree on the side of the road, the kid forages or climbs up a tree. I'm not joking.
Tell your kid to DM me because he's going to probably, he or she, it's a he or she.
But he goes by they, them. So that's why I'm saying they.
Tell them to message me because I have YouTube dedicated to fruit. I'm obsessed with fruit, and every day I post a video on how to know when each fruit is ripe and all the benefits, and like I think we would get along.
I'm gonna tell them to. They are seriously gonna watch, and also I really need that. I am not good at picking fruit. My dad always did the grocery shopping at my house, and he could pick a fruit. I mean, that man was the fruit whisperer. And so I don't think I should have said how do you pick a fruit? And he would have told me, but I'd never asked. And now he's passed away. And so I don't know. That's no excuse, but that's my stepdad, but no excuse. But I guess I guess at it and I don't do a good job. So I actually need to watch that. What's your YouTube?
And I'm going to send you my playlist. And, I think that's the purpose of life. Some people are, you're obviously a culinary genius, right? Like you come up with amazing, simple, easy, healthy recipes, right? And that's why you were born, because you are really good at that. I know that I was born to help people pick out fruit. Seriously, I'm obsessed with it. And when we do what we're supposed to do, doors of opportunity open for you. And you just literally become so much more happier when you start doing what you're supposed to do, even if it's weird. Guys, I make a living helping people to pick out fruit. That is crazy that I could do that, but literally that's my job. And so I'm telling you, whatever you're obsessed with, guys, go with it. Go with your obsession. There's a great book by Grant Cardone. It's called Be Obsessed or Be Average. When I read this book, I was like, oh my God, I'm just going to follow my obsession, which is living a fruity weirdo lifestyle, being obsessed with fruit, and taking photos of fruit and doing everything fruity related. And so, so definitely I can help you with picking out fruit, Lauren.
Oh my gosh, that's cool. Oh my God. I agree with you 100%. It's true. I feel like everything's led up to this. And then, it just fell into place easily because it was what I was supposed to do. And it's been a joy. I just want to help people. I know there's so many people like us who were sick or weren't well or weren't feeling well or struggling with weight, struggling with acne, struggling with chronic disease. And their doctor's like, well, you just need to take this medicine. Well, that medicine's just going to lead to another medicine because you're not fixing the problem. There's this restaurant in Austin. Have you ever been here?
Not yet. I really want to go.
You have to come. There's this great place called Casa de Luz. It's like just a beautiful sanctuary, and they make macrobiotic meals. There's one meal a day. You just pay, you get the meal. That's it. But it's always like a soup, a salad, and then a grain and a bean and greens, and it's just beautiful. And they have these sayings around the restaurant, and one of them is when there's something wrong with the flour, you don't fix the flour, you fix the environment in which the flour grows. And where our bodies are the environment, and you don't just start doling out medicine, you fix the problem with the environment. The environment's the food, what we're putting in our body.
I completely agree. Yeah. I was just on Julia Dunaway's page.
Yes.
And she has an amazing book in the bundle. And we were speaking about this. I mean, listen, there's a lot of great doctors out there. There's a lot of really caring doctors. But a patient cured is a patient lost. And that is that. They're in the business of keeping you on medication and just alive enough to pay for your medication and your health care. And, you know, if we just take our health into our own hands and do the simple things that work, it's always simple things that work, you know what I mean? And so if we just stick to a healthy lifestyle, if we just move our bodies, if we just prioritize sleep, if we just realize that there's no quick fixes, you know, enough of these cleanses and juice fasts and water fasts and all these crazy things that are clearly trying to be a quick fix for a long-term issue, right? You didn't get sick overnight, and you're not going to get healthy overnight. It doesn't work like that. I had cystic acne, and if anybody's watching this that's dealing with cystic acne, you know, have you ever had acne?
Well, I just had a zit the other day, but I wouldn't say that I've had.
Yeah, we have. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I wouldn't say that I struggled with that, but I struggled with a million other things. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you've ever had acne where it's been debilitating and you really feel so embarrassed to leave the house, then you know that that it is just there is nothing else to compare to it, because you can hide everything else. Even, you know, being overweight is very difficult, but at least you can put on baggy clothes. Your face, you can't cover it. I mean, you know,
it's heartbreaking.
But in the past, you could not cover your face. And so basically, I'm here to let you know that what is going on in your face is a direct reflection of what's going on in your large intestine, also known as your colon. And we've got to change our diet. Acne is 100% diet related, okay? Not genetics, okay? And same with weight. I mean, listen, my family, most of my family's overweight and obese. And I have people that have diabetes in my family and cancer. My sister passed away from cancer. And, you know, it's incredible that we make this excuse that, you know, it's in my family, or I've always had it, or whatever it is. Trust me, there in this bundle, you will find out the simple secrets that are, and we'll tell you them, right? It's eating a whole foods, plant-based, low-fat lifestyle for a consistent amount of time, long enough to see results. And how do you do that? You get recipes that taste good, are easy, are simple, and fill you up. All the recipes in Lauren's book, Cook Your Way to Health, are easy and simple and delicious, and you don't have to suffer at all. That's what's amazing, Lauren. Like, I know you feel the same way. You just want to like shake everyone and be like, you don't have to suffer your way to the body dreams, or reverse your heart disease. You don't have to suffer, you know?
Yeah, I know. I feel this. I just made this. This is a pasta salad. I mean, look at that. That's so good.
Wow.
It has turmeric. This is the pasta. I know you wouldn't probably eat this, but it's like turmeric pasta, rice, quinoa, amaranth.
Wow.
So, I mean, if you're going to do, but yeah, I tried to make my recipes. I wanted them to be like familiar, because I want to meet people where they are. If they're eating like the standard American diet, like, okay, now here's a lasagna, here's some sloppy joes, here's some pasta salad. These are things that you're used to eating. So it's not like, what just happened? And you can sort of ease your way into this. I was just traveling we went to a family event, and I was with my cousin, and she's trying to eat this way. She's doing really good. She's doing a lot better, but she has type 2 diabetes. And I was asking her, like, what was holding her back from doing it fully? Like, what was it about the way I live that seems impossible to her, that she can't do it all the way? And she's like, I don't know. Like, it just seems like it's a lot of effort. And, you know, when we'd go out to eat, I'd have to amend everything or bring a dressing, or, you know, I had to have some preparation. I couldn't just wander into any old restaurant. And so I'm like, yeah, I don't know. It's also second nature to me now. I'm like, yeah, but the payoff, it's a little bit of whatever. And you learn to love to cook. Like, I love to cook now. I used to not love it, but now I find it very meditative, and just preparing my food. There's something very special about it. It's a beautiful thing to me, and it's like going to give me nourishment and my family nourishment. And so it's, I don't know. It's just a mindset and just getting into it, and then just realizing you're worth the extra time. Might be a little extra time, but
Yeah, I
yeah,
think what you just said, I mean, I can't, yeah, that's it. You're worth it. It's not, has nothing to do with the food. It's a mindset. And you are worth that little extra time that it takes to prepare a dressing, to go out to eat and put your dressing on, you're worth it. And that's the key. We have to understand. The other thing is that I like to tell my clients and friends and whoever asks me is, you got to choose your hard. Okay? You're going to choose your hard. You're going to choose the hard of, yeah, taking a little extra time in the morning to prepare your own food, bring it with you to events or
right.
to work, doing a little extra shopping. Maybe you're going to shop 2 days a week to get the freshest produce, always making sure you have fresh fruit and vegetables in the house. You're going to choose your hard by trying new recipes. That is hard. Changing your patterns, changing your habits is hard, but you get to choose which one, because the alternative is health issues. The alternative is
Yeah.
weight issues, skin issues, sleep issues, IBS, digestive issues. You get to choose. And that's what's so beautiful about this life and about health. I love health because you have to earn it. I love that so much. You can't just take a pill. You can't just read a book. If you get this bundle, it's giving you all the information, but you are going to have to do the action steps. You're going to have to take the shopping list to the store, pick out that stuff, right? And you're doing it anyway. You're going to
Yeah.
the supermarket anyway, but you're going to have to make new decisions. Abstain from the crap, okay? And it's going to be hard in the beginning, but fill up on healthy food. That's the key. Fill up like to satisfaction until you're satiated on really healthy, delicious food. And Lauren has alternatives to your favorite foods. That's the key. I also have a book. So if you don't want to get the bundle for any reason, maybe it's not a good time for you. But by the way, it is $49 and you keep these books forever. So if you're super busy right now, you can download these books now, and then in like 3 months you can open them all, check them all out, when you have time, right? So I would highly recommend it. But if for any reason you don't have $49 right now, or you can't buy the bundle for any reason, I do have a free book. It's 100freerecipes.com, and it's 100 raw, vegan, healthy, oil-free, salt-free recipes with 5 ingredients or less, no dehydrator required. And I have a lot of recipes like you, Lauren, for alternatives. So I have raw vegan Snickers bars, raw vegan ice cream, raw vegan Nutella, raw vegan caramel, like all these things that are alternatives, because you're going to have to find alternatives to your favorite foods. You're not going to stop craving your favorite food. Okay. So like, Lauren, what was your favorite food when you used to be an unhealthy person?
I would say cheese or chips and dip, something really creamy.
Okay.
Um,
I'm sure. Do you have a recipe for cheese or chips and dip in your?
yeah, actually, in the bundle, there's a queso recipe. And then chips, I make like organic corn tortillas. I throw them in the oven, just like right on the rack, 400 degrees for like 15 minutes. Or no, it's probably like 10 to 12 minutes. And so that's my chips and dip. And then I have my salad dressings that I try not to do like a lot of nuts and seeds because of, heart disease, but I do have like a seed sauce as a dressing every now and then, or, something like that. So, but yeah, I've replaced it, and I wouldn't eat. So on my birthday, there's a vegan cheese shop here in Austin. And again, I don't eat it a lot. It's made out of nuts and it has oil, and I don't do that. But on my birthday every year, my family gets me a vegan cheese platter, and I have a glass of wine and I eat my vegan cheese platter, and it is heaven. And I'm like, if I would have been doing this 20, 30 years ago, 30 years ago, I wouldn't have been in this situation. I could have been eating my vegan cheese and going on my merry way, and I wouldn't have clogged up my arteries the way I did.
Yeah,
So,
like that's the secret. So my favorite food on earth is ice cream. And if there was not nice cream, okay, and Nate Maris, you
yeah.
know him by Raw Natty Nate, he has a book called The Inside Scoop with over 100 fruit-based nice cream recipes. You don't need an ice cream machine. You just need a blender, okay? And this book will change your life. If you're like me and ice cream is your favorite food, you're going to find alternatives. That's the key. A lot of people think they need to give up. No, you need to find the healthy alternatives that taste just as good, or even better. Sometimes things taste better, you know? I mean,
Yeah.
I don't even know what, like, our taste buds change, right? So I don't know what, like, McDonald's tastes like anymore. It's been over 10 years, right? But I can imagine that it's actually gross. It's actually gross. In reality, if you make stuff yourself, it tastes so much better. It's fresher. It feels better. And, you know, you might start to enjoy it. Like Lauren said, she didn't used to like cooking as much as she loves it now, because now it feels good. She's making stuff that is healthy and guilt-free and nourishing. And I think that's a big thing. A lot of people don't like to cook because they're making things that aren't good for them. And so it's like they're resisting doing the process of the cooking, you know, because it's not healthy, and your body knows it. Your body wants to feel good, wants to, like, lose weight if you need to lose weight, wants to clear your arteries and your skin. And we've just got to give it the opportunity. We just got to get out of its way, you know?
Yeah, I agree. I think that you're spot on. My husband's favorite food is ice cream. So, yeah.
Did you
now
look at the ice cream book yet? Did you get a chance?
I did, but I don't know if he's quite there yet. He doesn't eat the way I do, but he's coming a long way. And he does eat like a plant-based ice cream now. So he'll eat like a coconut base or something like that. So that's huge for him, because he used to eat Ben and Jerry's every single night. That's not great. But anyway, yeah, so he's doing better on that. And he doesn't eat as much of it now. But yeah, I mean, if I make like nice cream, he'll eat some of it, but he's like, he still wants his regular ice cream or his non-dairy.
Fat ones for him. You know, Nate has some.
Yeah.
He has like a Reese's Pieces one with nutritional yeast in there. It is so good. Never believe it. But guys, check out this recipe in the book, because it literally tastes like Reese's Pieces.
Okay, I'm going to check it out. Maybe he'll like that. You're right. It needs more fat. I think that's Chef AJ told me the same thing. She's like, you're not giving your husband enough fat. I'm like, you know what? You're probably right. I think she was right. I'm not giving my husband enough fat. So yeah, I'm going to take everybody's advice and make the man some fat.
No, there's macadamia nice there. And, you know, of course, guys, the reason we have a lower fat diet is because it does give us the best results. You know, so much better when I eat lower fat. And that doesn't mean I eat no fat, but, you know, I'm just not snacking on nuts and, snacking, you know, avocado is something I have like a few times a week, but not, you know, just gorging on avocados and types of fats. Certainly never oil, ever.
Right.
That is a processed food, and that is not at all a health food. You know, what do you think it will ever die? All these people that say that, like, olive oil and coconut oil and all these avocado oil, these are healthy. What do you say to people when they, like, ask you, well, all these doctors say, there are some doctors that say it's healthy. What, like? I
say, you know, I think that myth is perpetuated by the Mediterranean diet. Yeah. And I always say, I believe the Mediterranean diet is healthy despite the oil, not because of it. It's like if you're coming off Jack in the Box and McDonald's and you switch to a Mediterranean diet, of course your health is going to improve. It's basically a whole food plant-based diet, and their meat is like a garnish. It's not the centerpiece. And they have like a little piece of seafood or a little piece of meat, maybe a few times a week. And they're walking and they're exercising, and, you know, I think that's what happened. But I always just say, oil is just 100% pure artery clogging fat. That's all it is. And it's a processed food. Hi, Vicki. She's on, and Elspeth is on.
Okay, I love that. Yeah, I'm going to say that now to people, because people are like, oh, but this doctor said, and this doctor said, but you know what? The Mediterranean diet is healthy despite
the oil, not because of it.
We don't know what's going on after eating that diet for 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. But we know there's studies now proven that after 20, 30, 40 years of eating a plant-based diet, you only get healthier. And
Yeah.
look at us, guys. We're getting younger every second, okay? We look about a year younger since we started this live. So
oh, I need to hang out with you. You're awesome.
Diet. Yeah.
That's great. Well, okay, so the bottom line is the bundle ends tonight, 11:59 Pacific Standard Time. There's a link in my bio. There's a link in Jeanette's bio. Just check it out and just see if you want it, because if you want it tomorrow, you can't get it. It's $49 for almost $5,000 worth of material, all whole food, plant-based, oil-free. A lot of raw, there's so many raw books in there, and then just, really healthy recipes. So, well, I've loved talking to you. It's been so good. I hope everybody has a great day and eat some fruit. And I'm going to look at your video so I can finally figure out how to pick some fruit.
Yay! And yeah, if you stay cute, you got to eat fruit. That's what I always say.
Oh my gosh, that's so good.
I have a shirt that eat fruit, be cute. So yeah.
Oh my God. I just adore you. Well, thank you. It's so good meeting. That's been the other thing, is just meeting all these amazing people. So let's stay in touch and keep at it.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Keep up the good work.
We're awesome.
Take care. Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.